Good day, Doctor, and all my fellow classmates. My name is Kampeshan with matrix number 23004757. Today, I would like to talk about the topic which is the manager as decision maker. Now, I will introduce my group member named Lu Shilin, Iris Limishan, Sushini, Chong Yuk Lam, Chong Zhiwei, Tay Carmen, Kampeshan, Daphne Ngwunsen, Lu Yishan, and Muhammad Forizat Haris bin Muhammad Fauzi. We are from Tutorial 1 Group 2. The content of the topic chosen will include chapter summary, case application 1 and case application 2. So let's move on to the chapter summary question 1. Why is decision making often described as the essence of a manager's job? Decision is described as the essence of a manager's job because it is utilized in all four management functions of planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. As an example, managers make decisions, mostly routine ones like which employee will work on what shift, what information to include in a report, or how to resolve a customer's complaint, etc., as the manager is responsible for making decisions that have potential to affect the organization or their team. Managers want to be good decision makers and exhibit good decision making behaviors so they appear competent and intelligent to their boss, employee, and co-workers. So, in order to make a good decision, managers will use three approaches to make decisions, which is rational model, bounded rationality, and intuition and managerial decision making. Firstly, rational model is a precise process that many teams use when they have time to research solutions and discuss possible outcomes. Its purpose is to maximize the benefits and minimize the cost of decision by being objective. For example, manager must think from can we ever be fully objective and logical to we should be fully objective and logical. Next is bounded rationality. Bounded rationality is a human decision-making process in which managers will attempt to satisfy rather than optimize. For example, when choosing what to wear in the morning, we only consider some outfits we can select, only a few variable options due to time and resource consideration. And the third one is intuition and managerial decision making. Intuition and managerial decision making is also known as sixth sense and the process by which information acquired through associated learning and stored in long-term memory is assessed unconsciously to form the basis of a judgment or decision. For example, managers often use their intuition when hiring decisions, relying on their gut feeling to assess the fit between a candidate and organization. This could include factors such as candidates' body language, interpersonal skills, and enthusiasm for the role. Thus, these decisions are crucial for the success of the organization and the manager is accountable for their outcomes. So that covers everything I want to say about, and let's welcome my next group member, Yutlam, to bring us the presentation of the next question.
A greeting to doctors and our group members. My name is Chong Yuk Lam, and today I want to discuss about question 2.2, which is provide an 8-step illustration of any decision-making process undertaken by you. The first step is identification of a problem. The decision-making process begins with the identification of a problem. A problem is the discrepancy between an existing and a desired state of affairs. For example, I'm currently studying degree and I use my tablet to jot down all of my study notes. However, I found that my table screen was broken. When I inquired about the cost of replacing the table screen at the service counter, the technician told me that it would cost approximately 800 ringgit, indicating that it's not economical to repair. So I have a problem, which is a discrepancy between my needs to have tablets that works and the fact that my current one does not. The second step is identification of a decision criteria. Once we have identified a problem that needs attention, the decision criteria that will be important in solving the problem must be identified. Every decision maker has criteria which state or not that guide his or her decision making. In our table buying example, I need to assess the factors that are relevant in my decision, which might include criteria such as price, model, processors, battery life, storage space, display, and also warranty period. The third step is allocation of weights to criteria. In many decision-making situations, the criteria are not all equally important. So we have to allocate weights to the items listed in the step 2 in order to give them their relative priority in the decision. A simple approach is to give the most important criteria a weight of 10 and then assign weight to rest against that standard. For example, I will give a weight of 10 to a price, a weight of 8 to processor, a weight of 5 to warranty period, and so on. As a result, the highest rated element is twice as important a criteria you assign a 5. The idea is to use your personal preference to assign priority to relevant criteria in your decision and indicate their degree of importance by assigning a weight to each. The fourth step is development of alternative. The decision maker has to list the alternative that could successfully resolve the problem. In this step, we have no attempt to evaluate this alternative. We just list up them. In the example of tablet buying, I identify 4 tablets as choice, which are iPad Air 5th generation, 11-inch iPad Pro 3rd generation, Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra, and also Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Plus. The next step is analysis of alternative. After identifying the alternative, the decision maker analyzes each one in step 5 by evaluating it against the criteria. The strengths and weakness of each alternative become evident as they compare with the criteria and risks established in steps 2 and 3. For example, I will assess the 4 table alternative against the decision criteria and then evaluate the table alternative by using the formula evaluation of table alternative, which is the assessment criteria multiplied by the criteria weight. The sixth step is selection of an alternative. Now is the time to select the best alternative among those assessed, because we determine all the relevant factors in the decision, with them appropriately, as well as identify and assess the viable alternative. Therefore, this step is quite simple because we only need to choose the alternative that generates the highest score in step 5. In our tablet buying scenario, I will choose the iPad Air 5th generation. Based on my assessment of each criteria, the iPad Air 5th generation received the highest score of 205 points, making it the best alternative for me. The seventh step is implementation of the alternative. Although the choice process is completed in the previous step, the decision might still fail if it's not implemented properly. Thus, step 7, which is the decision implementation, involves putting the decision into action. If others will be affected by the action, implementation also includes comparing the decision to those affected and getting their commitment to it. Back to the tablet buying scenario, I will purchase the iPad Air 5th generation after selecting it as the best alternative among the 4 tablet alternatives. Lastly, the last step is evaluation of decision effectiveness. Evaluation of decision effectiveness is the last step in the decision-making process. We need to appraise the outcome of the decision to see whether the problem was resolved or not. So, in the table buying decision scenario, I will evaluate the result of my decision, which is the purchase of iPad Air 5th generation, whether this decision may solve my problem or not. Next, I will continue to question 2.3. As decision making is personalized, do you think bias often plays an important role for a CEO or a first-line manager? Explain the potential daily bias that managers may encounter. In my opinion that, yes, I think bias play an important role for a CEO or a first-line manager. If the managers are all aware of their bias, It will affect their ability to make the decision based on facts and cause a negative impact on the employee behavior. The potential daily that managers may encounter, such as overconfident bias, selective perception bias, confirmation bias, availability bias, and also self-serving bias. And now I will discuss about the potential daily bias that manager may encounter. The first one is overconfident bias. It tends to overestimate own ability, knowledge, or judgment and hold unrealistic positive views about outcomes and their performance. Besides that, the second potential daily bias that manager may encounter is selective perception bias. It is the tend to selectively interpret information in a way that is congruent with the existing value and benefits. Next, confirmation bias. It is the tend to search for information that support their preconception and ignore or discount the contradictory information. Besides that, availability bias is a tend to rely on information or events that are the most recent and viral in their memory. The last but not least, self-serving bias is a tend to attribute positive outcomes or success to own ability and efforts and attribute the negative outcome to external factors.
So let's continue with question 4, which discuss what is intuitive decision making. In your opinion, when is this method best used, and what are the major drawbacks of this managerial decision making style? Intuitive decision making far more than using common sense because it involves additional sensor to perceive and get aware of the information from outside. Sometimes it is referred to as gut feeling or sixth sense. Characteristics of intuitive decision-making include result in quick judgment, relying on experience, emotional and gut feeling, and based on pattern recognition. The question is, in your opinion, when is this method best used? So first of all, when you need a quick problem solving, when faced with simple routine problems, intuitive decision making can lead to efficient and effective solution without the need for a detailed analysis. The second one is similarity recognition. Look to act quickly with limited information because of past experience with a similar problems. And thirdly is the personal choices. For deeply personal decisions, such as choosing a life partner, pursuing a specific career path, or making lifestyle choices, intuition can play a significant role since these decisions often involve personal values and emotion. And last one is the creative problem solving. For tasks that require creative thinking and innovation, such as brainstorming sessions or artistic endeavors, intuitive decision making can lead to novel and imaginative solutions. So, what are the major drawbacks of this managerial decision making style? First of all, is the risk of emotional decision making. Emotional responses can cloud judgment and lead to impulsive decisions that are driven by strong emotions rather than rational assessment of the situation. This can be detrimental in decision making contexts where objectivity is crucial. The secondly is unpleasant decision and bad commitment. When a person relies solely on intuition to assess a situation, they may misinterpret signal or jump to conclusions, and this situation can lead to misunderstanding and conflict during discussion. And thirdly, is the risk of bias and stereotyping. Intuition is susceptible to cognitive biases, including confirmation bias, availability bias, and anchoring. These biases can lead decision makers to rely on preconceived notions, stereotypes, or selective informations, resulting in less objective and potentially flawed judgment. So let's continue with the next question, which is question 5, that state that Herbert Simon started work on bounded rationality and scientificism because of his hypothesis that people had a limited ability to grasp the present and anticipate the future. Discuss the problems associated with making decisions using the rational model. So what is rational decision-making models? Rational decision-making model based on logic, reason, and also analysis. It assumes that decision makers are fully informed, able to weigh the pros and cons of each alternative, and they make choices that maximize utility or benefit. So let's discuss about the question, which is the problems associated with making decision using the rational models. So the first problems is the emotional influence. The rational model assumes that decision makers are entirely rational and do not let emotions cloud their judgment. But in reality, emotions often play a significant role in decision making and leading to biased choices or impulsive decisions that do not align with the rational model's principle. And secondly, the problem is the time constraints. In many real-world situations, decision makers face time constraints. Some decisions must be made quickly due to external pressure or deadline and may not have the luxury of truthfully evaluating all available options. And this can lead to suboptimal decision or reliance on shortcuts, such as sacrificing. And the third problem is the risk and uncertainty. In many decisions, the future is uncertain, and risks are involved. The rational models assume that the decision maker can accurately assess and quantify these risks, but risks are uncertain and will always be present in every decision.
A greeting to the doctor and all. I'll be summarizing the case study application 1, which is the big brown number on page 87, followed by the topic efficiency and sustainability. As the word UPS has been described as an efficiency freak, let us get to know more about what is UPS. First of all, UPS, the United Parcel Service, which is the world's largest package delivery company. Personally, I think that is really amazing. UPS also transport more than 20 million packages and documents to the entire United States, as well as more than 220 countries and territories. In 2017, their total worldwide delivery volume was 5.1 million. Secondly, let us talk about their efficiency freak. UPS needs to ensure that the delivery service works efficiently and punctual. Delivering items on time is really significant in this process. Besides, massive effort actually helps drivers to choose the best routes to follow. Furthermore, training and retraining play an important role as UPS workers may know the importance of work rules, procedures, and analytic tools, testing and rolling out a quantum leap to make sure the business model of uniformity and efficiency lasts longer for company usage purposes. Next, Orion on-road integrated optimization and navigation, the largest investment in operation research. Orion is the balance between an optimum result and consistency to help drivers better. How about the decision algorithms? It is definitely a helpful way for all the drivers to decide the best route to delivery items. Other than that, we have come to the topic of Orion or the O method. All is based on the driver's decision. Explanation of driver decision is required if Orion is not chosen, as Orion is actually the optimum choice rather than the O method. Basically, some of the drivers refuse and are reluctant to give up autonomy, and the other half of drivers have trouble on understanding the Orion logic. It might due to the reason that Orion is an innovation method that is new and not familiar to them. Last but not least, UPS is still committed to Orion. They ignore about the challenges but focus on their code, which is a driver together with Orion is better than each alone.
The first question regarding to this case is, why is efficiency and safety so important to UPS? The first importance is to provide a high quality service to the customer. Efficiency ensures that The package can be delivered to the customer in the shortest time by using a most suitable route. This can keep customer satisfaction high. As long as a series of training is developed for the efficiency, the consistency of the performance is also maintained at the same time. Another importance is to create an impressive financial. The fees of fuel and also vehicle maintenance is being reduced. Hence, the cost of production decreases, causing the profit to be maximized. Now, why should we take care of the safety? It is to reduce the risk of accident. For your information, there are more than 10,000 UPS drivers have been driven for the company for more than 25 years without an accident. We can see that the company being able to protect their employees so successfully. This also creates a long-term and loyal relationship between the employees and also the company. This helps to stabilize the company structure. In summary, efficiency and safety both are important to improve the reputation and also maintain a strong name of company externally and internally to customer and also to employees. Now, let's see how should we categorize a driver's route decision as structured or unstructured problem, programmed or unprogrammed decision. This problem is known as unstructured problem. It is because the challenge faced by the drivers in deciding the best route is unusual. For example, the traffic of route might be different every day. Another reason is because of the poorly structured situation because there is much factors need to be considered. For example, route regulation, private routes, delivery time, and other else. In addition, the information that provided to the drivers might be incomplete because driver cannot get to know the real-time traffic of every single area, especially some remote area. So, unprogrammed decision is made for this unstructured problem. A specific decision is made due to the unique situation that faced by the driver. Driver needs to come up with the best route according to their location and also the real-time traffic. These decisions are made by using heuristic approach to problem solving, combining common sense, logic, and also try and error. However, driver could not rely majorly to the previous solution and they need to use their creativity to come up with the best decision.
So now I would like to talk about how would Orient technology help driver make a better decision by thinking of the step in decision making process. Step 1. Identify the problems. Our delivery driver have a tough job because they need to deliver a lot of packages and document on time, which means finding the best route isn't easy. Step 2. Gather the information. To solve with that problem, we use Orient technology, which collect all kind of information. Is look at how many packages we have, where they need to go, any special delivery time, and even consider the things like route rules and secret shortcut that not show in the regular map. So step 3 is analyze information. Oren used complex mathematical algorithm to figure out the smarter delivery routes based on all that data. Step 4 is develop option. Our driver have a choice. They can use Orion or stick to their own way. So, however, if they are not choose Orion, then they need to explain why. Step 5 is select the best course of action. When the driver picks Orion, it's guide them in real time. It means they can get packages where they need to be quickly and on schedule. So this ensure the package are delivered on time and efficiently. How is UPS being a sustainable corporation? UPS is really stepping out to become a more sustainable company, and that's how they're doing it. First, let's talk about cutting costs. They got this amazing technology called Orion, and it is a game changer. Orion analyzed many data to figure out the quicker ways for our driver. This means they can do their job more efficiently. Plus, it helps UPS save money because they use less fuel and need fewer workers. So it is a win for their budget, which can contribute to its sustainability. And now into emission reduction. Thanks to Orion again, UPS is also make a positive impact to the environment. It's find the shuttles at quickest routes for the deliveries so their vehicle do not travel as far, resulting in less pollution in the air. This demonstrates UPS commitment to environmental responsibility and contribute to its sustainability in the market.
Good day, doctor and fellow classmates. My name is Lu Yishen, and I'm going to share about Manchester City Football Club's unique approach to performance analysis using data and how it has contributed to their success. Instead of traditional pre-match motivational talks, Manchester City players spend time with performance analysts to review their previous performance and also receive personalized feedback. For example, the defense examines several factors: the number of crosses, effective or ineffective tackles, balls lost or recovered, the relationship with midfield, and maneuvers to protect their penalty area. The performance analysis team, led by Gavin Fleck, always provides detailed reports to each player after matches, aiming to enhance their performance and decision making. One example highlights how the team improved its set-piece goals after extensive data analysis and video presentations. Data analysis plays a crucial role in decision-making at all levels of the club, including youth team development, helping integrate young talents into the first team. Manchester City's use of big data contributed to their defensive success and winning titles in the 2011 to 2012 and 2013 to 2014 seasons. To further leverage data, Manchester City organized a global hackathon in 2016 where experts create algorithms to identify new moves and strategies. The winning team created a learning machine algorithm to track decision-making during games, demonstrating the club's commitment to innovation and data-driven improvement. In essence, the use of data analysis has become an integral part of Manchester City's decision-making process, allowing them to not only enhance individual player performance but also to strategically develop their teams and achieve their goals, including improved defensive records and winning titles after decades of drought. Well, big data is not the sole factor behind the successes. It has undeniably played an important role in their achievements. In conclusion, Manchester City Football Club's innovative approach to utilizing data and performance analysis has proven to be a game changer in the world of football. By prioritizing data-driven decision-making and providing players with detailed feedback, the club has witnessed remarkable improvements in their performance, as well as strategy success in the form of titles won. The club's commitment to harnessing the power of big data not only sets them apart as leaders in the field, but also underscores the transformative impact that data-driven insights can have in the realm of professional sports. This forward-thinking approach continues to be a driving force behind Manchester City's enduring success in the world of football. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, let us discuss case number two. The first question is, what type of decisions are made by football managers? Would you characterize this decision as structural or unstructured problems? Explain. There are two types of decisions, that is program decisions and non-program decisions. The difference between program decision and non-program decision is program decision is a repetitive decision that can be handled using a routine approach, and non-program decision is a unique and non-recurring decision that require a custom-made solution. And this decision can characterize in two categories, that is structured or unstructured problems. Structured problem is a straightforward, familiar, and easily defined problem. And unstructured problem is a problem that is new or unusual for which information is ambiguous or incomplete. In this case, Football Manager had to make non-program decisions, and the problem they face are categorized as unstructured problems. Football Manager every day face various kind of situation. Their approaches cannot be the same. Rather, they have to take unique decisions. Each of the opponents have different strategies. The player abilities, strength, and weakness vary. Manager has to analyze it all and take unique decisions. Let's continue with question number 2. Describe how big data can help football managers to make better decisions and how this has an effect on the decision-making process. That has three ways that can football manager use big data to make better decisions. The first is managing risk. Second, analyze alternative. And the third is making better decisions. This is because the data collected lets the manager assign probability to different alternatives and then calculate the expected result from each possible decisions by multiplying it with the probability. Through big data, manager can appraise each alternative decision's strength and weakness. The alternatives are judged based on its ability to meet the criteria for solving the problems. Thank you.
Hi, Doctor and fellow friends. Today I would like to explain about the questions that what type of conditions are more likely to influence the performance analyst team's work, certainty, uncertainty, or risk. Explain. So my answer for this question was certainty condition, in which a manager can make an accurate decision because the out of every alternative is known and certain are more likely influence the performance analyst teamworks. Teamworks provide more complete information and more alternative generated, as this condition leave no room for mistakes in analyzing the most effective solutions to problems. Next, we will discuss another question, which is, do you think it is appropriate for football managers to use only quantity information to evaluate their players' performance during a season? Why or why not? For my answers, I believe that it is appropriate for managers to use quantitative information to evaluate their players' performance during a season because it can show that the players are competent and have a high level football playing skills. This quantitative information can show how strong their physical fitness in order to play for a longer time in a game. It will help managers to set up the first lineup with those reliable players based on the quantitative information for the next season. That's all for me.
Hi everyone, my name is Iris Limishan. My question is, how can big data transform football decisions in the future? So I will explain a little bit for the big data. What is big data? It is a larger, more complex data sets, especially from new data sources. The three V's of big data is volume, velocity, and variety. Volume is referred to the amount of data, velocity is the speed of data processing, and the last variety is the number of types of data. Big data can help us to collect data and information, and it is very important for sports, especially footballs, because it may help teams, managers, or coaches to make the right decisions, gain a competitive advantage, and achieve their goals. Firstly, big data can analyze the performance of all players. This allows the coach to reshape the team and build the strategies for the team. The key metrics include pass completion rates, shots on target, distance covered, and positional data. With data like previous matches and usual training, the coach can tailor strategies and training for players to perform well. The coach also can track the data of all players and make some improvements to them. The coach will get to know players' strengths and weaknesses and arrange them for suitable training and position on the field. Big data also enables football managers and coaches to make smarter decisions by relying on objective and information data contained in each player's detailed and personalized report on their movements during games. Players can find their strengths and realize their weaknesses so that they can make the greatest efforts to keep going to achieve their goals. Besides, big data assists coaches and football managers take care of their players' injury prevention and recovery management. Whole teams need to make sure that their players maintain a good physical condition. By tracking data on players' movements and physical exertion, coaches and football managers can identify players who are at risk of injury and take measures to prevent them from injury and also track them on their workload, past injury, recovery durations, and so on. For example, a coach might adjust training programs or reduce the amount of playing times for players who are at risk of injury. Data analysis can help predict and prevent injuries through the identification of patterns in player workload and fatigue levels. Each player's body compositions and physical capabilities are quite different, so it is difficult for trainers to find the right balance for each player without the proper information. Now, big data helps a lot coach to make the strategies and tactics. Next, big data is used to improve the facilities management and ensure that the facilities is in a good condition. A good sports facilities can have a significant impact on an athlete's performance and mood. For instance, when a ball is thrown in a well-designed sport facility, it will accelerate much better. Moreover, a quality sports facility will not cause any physical harm to the players. Sports thrive when there is a balance between facilities, education, equipment, and sport organization. A sport facility is not just a place for training or competitions, it is a comprehensive space that includes training facilities, social spaces for nutrition and rest, first aid and rehabilitation, centers for injuries and treatments, as well as educational spaces such as movie halls, video rooms, and libraries. It is important to note that the availability of sufficient and appropriate sports facilities is invaluable to players, and more and better sports facilities lead to increased activities and development. Facilities management is very crucial because it ensures a safe, comfortable place for players to perform well and reduce the risk of injuries during practice, training, or competitions. That's all from our presentation. Thank you.